Okay, we're gonna pour the resin today. I've already started. I used two different color dyes. This one is a royal dark blue, and we're gonna pour a lighter turquoise color blue in our resin mold. This is a leaf shape. It's approximately 1.5 inches by 1/2 inch in width, and it's about 1.75 inches long, this piece of wood, with a piece of wood glued to the bottom, so we can pour into each one and not have it leak out, which is a problem with resin, to make sure that you've got a good seal at the bottom. We'll cut that extra little piece off here on the table saw before we cut our segments. But this is a segment resin ring. It is absolutely beautiful. You could build one of these. I was hoping to share it with the community on how to do it, how I do it anyway. Okay, so with that in mind, we've got our resin. I like to use this brand, Paduo. It seems to be one of the least expensive and one of the best that I have found in the market. This one is the hardener, this one is the resin. We're gonna pour into this plastic cup. Make sure that your cup is absolutely clean, that you've got all the supplies ready to go so you don't have to venture far. We're gonna start here with the resin. We're gonna put the resin in first. Approximately, we're gonna put 3 ounces in. I'm going to turn the scale on. The scale works the best because you can get more precise measurements to make sure that you're dead on the money as far as mixing the hardener and the resin together to get the best results. Okay, here we go. So this is the resin. We're going to pour roughly 3 ounces in. There's 1.8, 2.4, 2.6. Go slow towards the last amount. It'll just pop up all of a sudden at 3 ounces. We'll seal that off, put that away. We don't need it anymore. Take the next one. This is the hardener. We have 3 ounces currently. We're going to pour up to 6 because they're equal parts. Here we go. We're looking for 6. There's 5.5, 5.6, 5.9, 6.0. That is exactly half. It went back down to 5.9. I'm just going to put a drop more of the hardener in. And now it's at 6 total ounces. We're going to put the coloring in next, is what I recommend. We're going to roughly just put maybe 4 or 5 drops. That's 4 and 1 more is 5. We're going to put this back in the water, in the hot water, so when we stir it and mix it, it will hopefully eliminate all of our bubbles. Make sure you wipe the sides of your mixing bowl. We want to make sure wipe the bottom so that we get a good consistent mixture of the resin and the hardener. It's very important, and the reason is that it will dry consistently, and that is difficult sometimes with resin. It'll be soft in one area, hard in another, because the person failed to mix it well enough. I've made those mistakes. So learn from my mistakes. I'd say you could stir this up to about 2 minutes of time, scraping the sides, scraping the bottom as you go, making sure you get a good, fluid, consistent mixture of the resin and the hardener. The viscosity is so much better than when it came out of the bottle because of the hot water. The hot water is the key to reducing the viscosity. The reason is it pours better. It's easier to pour. And that's important when you're pouring it into a tiny little mold. You get better results. It's all about getting good results and being consistent, so you could go from one to another and have consistency, which is very important. Cutting segment, selling your segment rings, segment designs, bowls, vases. So I'm getting close to the end here. I'm going to give it another 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8. I go in counter directions, go in one direction, then go in another. That's the best way to get a good mixture between the two. I'm looking for bubbles, trying to eliminate all the bubbles in the process. I'm keeping the resin very warm in this hot water that's out of the tap, by the way. And now I'm just about ready to pour. Get rid of my stick. Notice that I've got some tin foil laid down so I don't make a mess of my workshop countertop. Take a wipe. And we're now ready. You can see the two colors. One darker blue, one more turquoise, lighter blue. So here we go. We're getting ready to pour. Every other one that we've already got set up and can't make a mistake. I see a piece of debris in here. I don't know how that got in there, but I'm going to take it out. So before you pour, make sure you check the resin, make sure there's nothing in there, no debris of any kind. Okay, so now we got it ready to go, clean pour. And here we go. Go back over any ones that were a little bit short. It's absolutely perfect. Always pour over the mold because you're going to get some shrinking of the resin as it dries, and we don't want that. So we're going to put this back through the sander at some point, but for now it's absolutely perfect. We got pours, over pour on all of them, so it's all good. We're all finished. I leveled this piece of wood here this way and this way so that the resin would be consistent over the top. Very important. Okay, now I'm going to get my hair dryer. Actually, it's a heating gun, same difference. And we're going to go over all of this to try to eliminate any bubbles that may have popped up. So that's the end of my video. Good luck to you, and we'll look forward to cutting the segments out on my next video.